All right, we're on the third lecture of this week, and I feel like I've already run a marathon. This stuff is dense. So I have skipped through the isoquants, but basically the whole point of those is to derive this rule, okay? So if you understand how to use the rule, I'm good. So basically, if we're talking about marginal product of different types of inputs, the question is, how many should I hire? Like how many workers should I hire versus machines? Okay, so things like this. And the rule is the margin that you hire where the marginal product of labor over the wage is equal to the marginal product of capital over the rate of, I think it's the rental rate or something. But basically, you could look at it this other way. I think this is more intuitive, where the marginal product over the price of that input is equal. The easiest way to see this is with an example. So let's say you're producing in Malaysia. The marginal product of labor in Malaysia is 18. And this is the marginal product. It's the product of the last person hired, right? It's not of all the people in Malaysia. Marginal product of labor in Costa Rica is 6. So which one is more productive? The people of Malaysia. However, the wage rate in Malaysia is also higher, right? So the wage rate is $6 per hour versus the wage rate in Costa Rica, which is $3 per hour. So let's actually calculate this. So marginal product of labor over wage of Malaysia is 18 divided by 6 equals, wow, it's not letting me do this. Awesome. All right, well, it's 18 divided by 6, which is 3. And then marginal product of labor over wage for Costa Rica is 6 divided by 3, which is 2. So you can see this is higher. The one for Malaysia is higher than Costa Rica. So you should shift more resources to Malaysia. It's important to note, though, that as you hire more people in Malaysia, the marginal product of labor is going to drop. And if you, say, got rid of people in Costa Rica, the marginal product of labor would probably rise. And so you keep doing that until they're equal. So it's kind of like the, should I have a cigarette or a beer, that example that I gave you in the homework. You look at in that case, it was marginal utility per dollar. You look at marginal product per dollar. That's basically what we're doing. So who is the more efficient hire? So then to minimize the cost of producing a given level of output, the firm should use less of an input and more of other inputs when that input's price rises. On the homework, I give you an example of, I think it's in Michigan, of the relative prices of machines and labor changing, and so that's kind of what you're thinking about. If the input's price rises, then you should switch to the other ones. Okay, so I believe this is it for the week. I have a homework assignment based on all of this stuff, and then we're going to do cost next week. So just keep in mind we've got diminishing returns. Here we go. Increasing returns followed by diminishing returns followed by negative returns. We've got marginal product and average product related in a certain way. We can see increasing returns, diminishing returns, zero returns, negative returns. Lots of stuff to think about here. That's why I've given you lots of practice.